Hello again. Now, the main stories in London. A blind woman is taking Uber drivers to court after a number of them refused to let her guide dog on board. 23-year-old Jade Sharp says her pickups have been repeatedly cancelled when drivers found out that she was bringing Brody with her. It is illegal for taxi drivers not to allow assistance dogs on board, and 4 drivers have already been found guilty, with 4 more cases still to be heard.
Most of the time it's either I don't take pets in my car or I don't take dogs in my car. Each time I always say Brody's a guide dog, and if they still say I can't take dogs in my car, I always say he's a working dog, he's my eyes.
Now the ITV News in London with Charlene White.
Good evening and welcome to the ITV News in London. Tonight's main stories. Turned away for having a guide dog, the Ubered passenger taking the drivers to court.
I just find it humiliating because, anyone should just be able to call a taxi, jump in and go to wherever they want. I should not be having these problems.
A blind woman who was repeatedly turned away by a string of Uber drivers has taken her fight against them to court. Jade Sharp says she was frequently refused fares simply because she has a guide dog. Their actions breached strict rules on equality, and Jade said she was left feeling humiliated. Luke Hanrahan reports.
Uber XL pickup location.
Uber, designed to be user-friendly. One tap and a cab comes to you. But Jade Sharp, who's blind...
Just to let you know, I've got a guide dog travelling with me. He's a guide dog, a working dog.
...has too often been treated differently by drivers who discriminate.
I just find it humiliating because, anyone should just be able to call a taxi, jump in and go to wherever they want. I should not be having these problems just because, I've got a disability, just because I've got a guide dog.
5-year-old Brody, the reason Jade is refused. Drivers adamant they don't take pets, but this is a guide dog, and that breaches equality laws.
I'm just trying to be independent, and all these barriers are just getting in the way. Uber is such a big company. Their drivers, they should know what a guide dog is. They should know what an assistance dog is. It's against the law to refuse a guide dog.
This is not an experience that anybody should have to go through. The law is very clear on this, and we, of course, hold exactly the same view. Our expectation of every single Uber driver is that guide dogs are not refused.
And yet it keeps on happening. Today, Jade and her parents arrived at court for the 5th time to face the latest driver. This man, Ratnasingham Thayaparan, who last June refused Jade because of her guide dog. He was found guilty and ordered to pay a fine. We spoke to him on his way out of Westminster Magistrates Court.
Today, I fined nearly £365 because I don't accept the guide dog. The problem is I am misunderstanding on the phone. That's why it happened.
This has to stop happening now. The messages has to get to Uber and other private hire vehicle offices that it's unacceptable. These are guide dog owners, they need their dogs to get around. The question shouldn't be asked whether or not they take dogs.
With more discrimination cases against Uber drivers to come, Jade continues to fight for equality. Luke Hanrahan, ITV News.